Every morning, before the sun lifted its golden face above the roofs of the town, Amina arranged her oranges by the roadside. She chose the brightest ones first, wiping their skins with the edge of her wrapper until they glowed like small suns. Then she stacked them carefully in a wooden tray, balanced on a low stool. This was her daily ritual, performed with quiet devotion, as though each orange carried a prayer inside it. Amina was known simply as the orange seller. People passed her every day on their way to work, school, or the noisy market beyond. Some greeted her kindly. Others walked past as if she were invisible. A few mocked her. "See how educated people end up," they whispered. "All that beauty, wasted on oranges," others laughed. Amina heard them all, but she never answered. Her smile remained soft, her voice gentle as she called out, "Sweet oranges, fresh and sweet." What the town did not know was that Amina had once dreamed of more. Her father, before he died, had taught her to read by lantern light. He used old newspapers and torn books, telling her, "Knowledge is wealth no one can steal from you." When he passed, her mother fell ill, and school became a luxury they could no longer afford. Oranges became Amina's classroom, her office, her survival. One afternoon, as the harmattan wind swept dust across the road, a well-dressed man stopped in front of her stall. His shoes were polished, his phone pressed to his ear. He pointed at the oranges without looking at her. "How much?" he asked impatiently. Amina told him the price. He scoffed. "Too expensive for roadside fruit." Then, lowering his voice, he added, "People like you should be grateful anyone stops at all." Amina felt the familiar sting in her chest, but she still handed him the best oranges. As he walked away, one slipped from his bag and rolled into the dust. He did not notice. Amina picked it up, cleaned it, and placed it back on her tray. That evening, she counted her earnings. It was little, but enough to buy medicine for her mother and food for the night. Before sleeping, she opened a small notebook hidden beneath her mat. Inside were words she copied from old books, dreams written in careful handwriting, and one sentence she repeated every night. "This is not the end of my story." Weeks later, a strange thing happened. A bus broke down near Amina's spot, forcing passengers to wait for hours. Hungry and frustrated, they drifted toward her stall. Amina welcomed them warmly, slicing oranges and sharing smiles. One woman noticed her notebook. "You can read?" the woman asked, surprised. "Yes," Amina replied simply. "Then why are you here?" Amina looked at her oranges and answered calmly, "Because this is where life placed me for now." The woman was a journalist, traveling to cover a story about small traders. Moved by Amina's grace and intelligence, she listened as Amina spoke, not with bitterness, but with wisdom beyond her years. The next week, a story appeared in the newspaper. The town began to change. People who once mocked her now greeted her with respect. Some brought books. Others asked her to teach their children to read in the evenings. A local NGO offered her a small loan to expand her business. Soon, Amina owned a little fruit shop, painted bright orange, with a sign above the door. Yet even then, Amina did not forget the roadside. On busy mornings, she returned there, helping other women arrange their trays, reminding them gently, "There is no shame in honest work. Your hands may sell oranges, but your heart can still carry dreams. And as the sun rose each day, glowing like the fruit she once sold alone, Amina smiled, not because life was easy, but because she had learned the true sweetness of dignity, patience, and hope. For she was never just an orange seller. She was a seed, and she had finally begun to grow.